Fuzzy Wingman, and I'm back with more Kill Team. I've just recently painted my scouts, so I was like, hey, it would be fun to play with them, even though it's just a bunch of scouts. And so I just decided to have them go against the Sisters of Battle. We'll see how that goes. I'll be playing the narrative play mission, Break Their Will. Doesn't state who's the attacker or the defender. So you know what? We'll just roll off, and whoever wins the roll off will be, you know what? They'll be the attacker. Okay, they'll roll both the exact same result. Let's roll out again. All right. Since my Sisters of Battle are painted more white, they won the roll off. They'll be the attackers. The deployment zones are essentially exactly the same, so I don't know why that matters. Why it says one's an attacker, one's a defender. So let's math real quickly. This is a 22-inch board, so halfway between is 11 inches, and it's 5 inches away from there, so they have 6 inches from the board edge to deploy inside. And who deploys first, attacker or defender? It doesn't state that they one is. It doesn't state which goes first. It's really just they roll off and go again kind of thing. All right, fine. So we'll roll off to see who gets to deploy first. Sister Battle won again. So starting with the player who lost the roll off. So Space Marines or Scouts can deploy first. So the Scouts need to make sure they don't lose their morale, since that's basically how they can lose, is morale. And the Sisters of Battle have a nice tactic where they can add 1 to injury rolls if a model already has an injury, since essentially they get points for taking models out of action. So they gotta basically try to kill. So now that I know what's what, let's dive into this. And the Scouts have, well, a bunch of snipers. They might actually want to try to get the snipers more in the center to have the most. They also have camo cloaks, so that can help with cover. There we go. Nice kind of there. And it's not like Sisters of Battle have many different types of models. It's pretty much a box of Scouts versus a box of Battle Sisters. Well, 2 boxes of Scouts, since one's with shotguns, one's with snipers. Since for some reason they were different box sets. Let's throw a Scout over here. You know, he's just blending in with his box of his color. You can see it well on the camera, so don't worry about that. Yeah, we'll put like a sister over here. Well, that puts her like very well view there, so you know what? Put her here. Since the Scouts do want to be somewhat in cover. But you know what? They can just kind of take shots. Might as well put heavy flamer here, since it can go up and flame what they need to flame. Alright, so the Scouts have 1 who's a sniper specialist, and also a comms, and the one Scout who's a Scout. Scout specialist, anyway. So we'll put someone here. Don't really want to put a Scout like up here to kind of have long range shots, because camo cloak really gives you good blockage. You know, it gives you that extra cover, right? I'll double check. I'm pretty positive it adds 1 to their obscure rolls. Yep, they do suffer additional -1 to their hit rolls if a scout with a camo cloak is obscured. So it's a good idea to kind of cover some of them. Might as well put another sister over here. This guy's the actual sniper. So he will go there. You know what? We'll put some melt up here since they can run forward. That's the scout who has the swift, which I think they can re-roll their advance. I don't know. I'll double check it when it applies. Okay, so there's quite a bit of sisters over here. Comms actually wants to be somewhat near these snipers. We'll just kind of be there. Alright, you know what? Leader will go over here. Your leader... He's got slightly better melee because of... He actually hits on 3s, while Sister Superior, for some reason, hits on 4s. But he doesn't have many good weapons. Not this one. Great for increasing people's invulns, but that's not really applicable right now. Go just replaced her, but hey. She still has a bolt gun. We'll go with these ones. And she's calm, so she can add 1 to some... You know what? She's going to go here, then. She can add 1 to the Melta's shot. Alright, deployed. Does it state that... Nope, since it's narrative, I was seeing if anyone was said to go first, but no, it's just a normal battle, really. So... Let's just jump into it. Round 1. Initiative 6 and 8, so I'll just do this side as to indicate scouts, so scouts can run right now. All right, let's look at... I can't remember what a scout's swift... You can re-roll advance rolls. Okay, so he can re-roll his advance rolls. Well, there's no reason not to start running forward, so might as well. It's got normal movements of 6. Wait a minute. He's got movement of 6. He can just like... Well, he can... You know what? He'll still do it. He can re-roll his advance roll, so he's going to do that. Alright, now he can go 12 inches. He's just going to get right up here, so he can just fire into some models just unhindered. Snipers are going to ready up. This guy, he's going to go about there. He's probably not going to survive that. You know what? He will try. He thinks his toughness and his armor will prevail. We'll see if it actually does. You know what? Their sergeant will advance too. Alright, it's not much, but hey. 3 inches there. So you can go another 4. Gets another 4 to get him right about there. And be somewhat hidden. And the scout will just, I guess, ready up. If he's got shots, he'll shoot him. It's just he's calm, so he wants to comms. So Sister's battle time. Flamer's just going to ready up. Flamer Flamer is realizing she isn't obscured from this sniper. She's fine with that. 3, 3. So she can at least do some shooting. These two are going to ready up since they can just lay down some fire. Melta is going to advance. I've realized I've been using the dice for the sisters with the scouts, but whatever. She is fine with that roll. So I just remembered she's the heavy specialist, so she doesn't take a penalty for advancing. And hey, she had to be at least 1 inch away from him. And she did that. Could she have done that? Yes, he can be 1 inch away as you run that. So yeah, about there. Just squeeze in again from there. This one's going to go up 2 inches and then have 4 inches to go this way. Has some shots at others. She's going to declare a charge on this guy. He's going to do the smart thing. And can he overwatch if he's advanced? Now that I think about it. Also, I just realized he advanced. So he's still advanced, but he still takes a penalty even though he's a scout. But okay, it's the retreat so you can't make in this phase. Yeah, if you retreat, you can't do any more reacting. Okay, so, and also firing Overwatch does not remove a ready token. It's only if it moves for any reason. Okay, so, yeah. It does not state that you can't react if you've done anything else. So, he will, well, he can Overwatch. He can't retreat, which is fine. He's still going to Overwatch with his shotgun and do nothing. Because it's just 2 shots, right? Come on, check that shotgun. 2 shots. He's missed. Her charge distance. Ooh, nice good 9. And she's going around this way. And now it doesn't matter that he charged because... or advanced because he's totally locked in melee now. She's going there. She's still got those 2 shots. And luckily, he's out in the open, so she can do her 2 shots at him without any penalties. Alrighty, moving on to shooting phase. Starting with ready models and starting with scouts. I need to check what some of these snipers can see. This guy can really only see her. Alright, pretty much all the scouts have obscured shots. We're actually going to have comms add to this guy's shot roll, and he's going to fire at her. So he's the sniper, so he's going to be able to reroll 1s. Sniper rifles do not take penalties to long range. And it's 1 shot. She is obscured, so the comms roll just makes it so basically that counters act. So it's 1 shot, 3 to hit, reroll 1s. It hits. It's strength 4 versus toughness 3, so 3 to wound. 6s do other things. Well, that is just a regular wound. And she gets her 3-up armor. Which she fails. Does she want to... They'll spend a command point to reroll that because it is a 3-up armor save and they kind of don't want to... Okay, fine. They'll just fail an armor save. Injury roll. They'll live with that. She took a flesh wound. The next readied sister battle. Well, she can't be seen by anyone. She's the only one that could get shot, and she was shot. So, honestly, we could just do the heavy flamer firing into that guy. So, she's got... let me double check. Oh, she's also Demolitions, but he's out in the open, so she's not going to get the benefit of Demolitions. D6 automatic hits, so 3 hits. Strength 5 versus Toughness 4, so 3s to wound. 2 wounds at AP -1, so 2 5-up saves for that scout. Failed them both, but it's damage 1, so 1 injury roll. But he's out in the open, and it doesn't matter, she killed him. I just know that's going to end up being victory points later, but I can count that up later at the end of the game. So she's fired. Snipers. This sniper is actually going to shoot at her. She is obscured for him, so it's going to be 4 to hit. And he can't reroll once because he's not the sniper specialist, so he missed. Shot the wall. She will shoot. I'm pretty sure they don't have any special abilities. Yeah, so she's unfortunately got the problem of she does take the penalty to shoot from the injury. So 2 shots, 4s to hit because the guy's clearly out in the open. 1 hit, strength 4 versus toughness 4, so 4s to wound. Failed to wound. Doesn't matter that much. The sniper can see her, but she's obscured by this stuff, so 1 shot, 4 to hit. He hits. 3 to wound. He gets the 6, so first of all, well, actually I don't even need to resolve it, because even if she, this applies a mortal wound immediately, and 1 mortal wound is she automatically suffers 1 wound, so he goes straight into injury roll. Even though she's obscured, he managed to take her out. So, snipers still can do some things. Now she can shoot that guy out in the open. 2 shots, 3s to hit. 2 hits, 4s to wound. No wounds. And he has to be skipped because... Actually, I think he might have a target on that one. I need to double check. Well, yeah, I can just kind of see. He definitely has a target. She's just obscured, so another shot, 4 to hit. Doesn't hit. No more sisters are readied, so he can do a shot at someone. So he'll just do his 2 shots at her, because why not? It's long range and obscured, so 5s to hit. 1 hit. It's strength 4, so it's still 3 to wound. Wounds, she gets her 3-up armor. Failed it. They've already done their reroll for the phase, so yeah, injury roll already. Flesh wound. Alright. Now the Sisters of Battle can start firing more models since it goes into non-rated models, starting with the Scouts. We'll actually have him fire his pistol first since he realizes a person with a meltagun right in front of him. I need a check. I could tell he's out in the open for her, and she's out in the open for him, so 1 shot, 3 to hit. Hits. 3 to wound. Wounds. She gets her 3-up armor save. And, as usual, I'm failing my armor saves. Well, let me guess. Okay, flesh wound. Jeez. Well, Comms is going to add 1 to her shot roll, which will counteract her injury, so it's still 3 to hit because she's the relentless, so even though she advanced, no penalty to firing the meltagun at him. And she rolls a 1 with no reroll. This is just great when your rolls are crap. Alright. Last scout to shoot is him. He's actually going to shoot the one that doesn't have an injury, just to be mean. 2 shots. 3's to hit. 1 hit. It's half range, so it actually becomes strength 5, but regardless, even at strength 4, it was still 3's to wound. It wounds. Let me guess, I'm about to fail another 3-up armor save? Well, it's on its side. Yes, I failed another 3-up armor save. This is getting ridiculous. And another flesh wound. This is absolutely ridiculous. And now, sisters could shoot. Alright. She has 1 long range shot at him. She'll just take it now. It's 4 to hit because long range. Actually hits. 4 to wound. Wounds. He gets a 4-up armor. Now that's on its side miserably. Look at that. They fail it. Because the scouts haven't rerolled yet, they're going to spend a reroll because that's their leader and they don't really want their leader to die. And look at that. They make their armor save, unlike the sisters. So she's fired. She's going to fire at that one. I think she has... Yep. It is double tap range, but it's still -2 because of obscured, so it's going to be 5s to hit. So nothing. She's actually going to shoot at that guy. Because he's out in the open, so it's 2 shots, 4's to hit because she's injured. She gets a hit. It's 4 to wound, though. And they can't roll anything. Alright, he did fire. I just didn't token him up. There's his token. And he's fired. Okay, well, everyone's fired that can shoot at this time, so all shooting is complete. Now we go on to melee, because we at least have some melee. So, she charged, so she gets to go first. She has 2 attacks. They're 4s to hit, unfortunately. But that's with a power sword, so, you know. 2 hits. Strength 3, so versus toughness 4, so 5s to wound. 1 wound at AP -3, so it goes through. He has no save, so we go straight into an injury roll. And dead. And 3-inch consolidation towards the closest unit. So at least she's got that. Morale phase. I think there were 9 models for each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, both sides are at 9. So to be at more than half, you have to have 5 dead or injured. The Sisters of Battle are already at that point. So they roll morale. 7. Okay, they aren't broken yet. I have to do leadership on everyone. She's within someone, and these 2 are within someone, so these 3 cannot fail the morale. She can. She doesn't. So, morale passed. Morale phase is over. So we move on to round 2. Both teams go up by 2 command points and are now at 3. Initiative. Space Marine Scouts still have it, so they'll remain there. he's actually going to declare a charge on her. She will overwatch and hit. You know, since she used the Space Marine dice, of course she hits. But now I'll just use her other dice, and she needs 2 to wound. Does wound. AP -4, so he is clearly not getting his save. And now 2 dice to determine damage. It is 5 damage. I think he's going to be very, very much an ash pile. Yep, he is gone. There's nothing left there. Snipers will ready up, even though they think some things are going to happen. This scout realizes she can actually get in melee and do damage. He's going to declare a charge on her. What's the range? Good enough range that she's actually going to use her plasma pistol to overwatch. She will not overcharge. She will overcharge. She can spend a dice to reroll this if it's a 1. So she's going to overcharge her plasma pistol. Doesn't hit, doesn't fry. Now he will do his charge distance and get that charge distance to success. So he's in and prevents her from moving forward. This guy's actually going to overwatch, charge into both these models. Because, hey, he actually has a decent chance of winning the melee. How far away? He is the 6 inches. So one of them is going to overwatch with a crack grenade. So we'll do the one who's actually got a grenade in her hand and about to throw it. So missed, and then the other one will overwatch with her boltgun. Get no hits. And his charge distance is enough. And that's their movement. Why bother advancing when I could just go right here? Hey, no, that's a 1. Oh, gotta be greater than 1 inch away. There. And now she can shoot at whomever she pleases to try to melt some more snipers. She's going to advance because she's kind of far away from everyone. 12 inches. Let's see here. Does she just want to go over here? Yeah. Because next time she can go here and shoot at people in the back. Flamer will also advance because she can also now be very useful. There we go. She's going to get over there and try to shoot some people. At least deny the scouts their camo cloaks. Okay, shooting time. Starting with snipers. Comms is too far away to provide... Well, actually, is comms 3 inches or 6 inches? It's actually 6 inches. So he can add it. So he will provide comms to the sniper, and the sniper will shoot at that model who's in front of him. So it's not obscured, it becomes 2 to hit, he rerolls 1s. It hits, 3 to wound, fails to wound. They won't bother rerolling that because there's plenty of other people to do shooting. Okay, who can this guy see? You can see those two. You can't see that one. Alright. Well, he could shoot last because we can have these guys shoot. So he's going to shoot this one. She's right in front of him. So 3 to hit. Hits. 3 to wound. Wounds. 3 up armor. Makes her armor save this time. This one shooting at her. 3 to hit. Fails to hit. And this guy's going to shoot at her. It will be obscured, so it's going to be 4 to hit. They will spend a command point to reroll that because it's not like they're going to have a save against a meltagun. So he's going to try to hit her, but he can't. So he missed. And now Sisters of Battle can, well, unload. So we'll start with her. She's going to shoot into him. 2 shots. 4's to hit because injury. 1 hit. 4 to wound. Fails to wound. They won't spend a command point to reroll that. Because now we're going to have comms add 1 to her shot roll, and she's going to fire her melta into him. So he's out in the open first, so 3 to hit. Hits. 2 to wound. Wounds, goes through. Damage is the highest of this D6. Okay, so 4 damage. He's dead. Now, can this comms? A part of her can draw. A line can be drawn from a part of her arm to all of him, so she has clean line of sight. So she's going to fire 2 shots at him with 3s to hit because, yeah, she doesn't have an injury. She's going to spend a command point to reroll one of those because, well, they haven't spent it this phase, and there's no more shooting after this. And she will still miss. That's okay. May still have these 2 to come over and try to help eliminate later. Because now we go on to melee, starting with charged models. He charged. Let's see here. He's a little simple scout. He's got 1 attack. 3 to hit. So he's going to hit, attack, he hits. Strength 4 versus toughness 3, so 3 to wound. He wounds. She gets her 3 up armor save. She makes it. This scout, he's gonna just punch this one. 3 to hit. Hits. 3 to wound. Fails to wound. They'll spend a command point to reroll that because, well, they don't really want... Okay, these rerolls haven't helped. Sisters of Battle go next. She's got 2 attacks. She'll put it on him. 4's to hit. Both hit, but 5's to wound. Whoops. We were on round 2. Her wound goes through. So now she does an injury roll. And slices and dices. So now she can do her 3-inch consolidation. To get closer. Ooh, is that within 1 inch? Just barely is, so she now in melee with that model. So she's doing her job. They may have had a bad first round, but their second round has been great so far. Now let's have some melee over here. We'll start with this sister. I think she only has 1 attack. Yep, 1 attack, and it's going to be 5 to hit because of injury. So let's just roll both sisters at once. They can do that. So one of them hit, 5 to wound. Doesn't wound. Yeah, that's just going to be locked up like that for a while. Alright, we go on to morale phase. Both teams need to do a break test. Both teams failed. Well, boys, so let's start with... Let's see which sisters can fail. They need... Okay, those ones are okay. These 2 are okay. So these 3 and these guys... so this is the only one I can roll and potentially fail. Because if I roll a 6, it becomes a... Wait, if I roll a 6, it becomes a 7 and matched passes. So never mind. Sisters pass. The scouts, though, they have so many losses it can really matter. So let's start with this guy. That's a 5 plus, well, I guess 4. That becomes a 9 because even with this guy, that's failed. They have and they shall know no fear, correct? Yep, so he gets to re-roll that. 2, that becomes, what's it? It's plus 4, that's a 6, so he passes. Now let's do the other guy next to him. That's 4 plus 3 is 7, so he passes. This model automatically passes, and then this model. That's plus 5. That's 8. I don't think a little scout has that as leadership. No, he does not. So he failed. He gets to re-roll. And passes, because they managed to pass everything. Damn. Well, the sisters are still going. Well, morale phase is done. So we just jump into round 3. Sisters of Battle go up by 2 command points, are now at 4. Scouts only go up 1, are at 2, because their leader is dead. Initiative phase. Sisters have the initiative this time. She's going to ready up. They're just going to keep going over here to kill things. She doesn't have her flamer yet doing anything. Screw it. These ones should have advanced. I'm just going to roll it as advanced because I can just add it. So first her advancing. She gets to go 1 extra inch. Boop. Can't fire. And then she would have advanced too. Ooh, to go an extra 5. So she's there. Can't fire, but they're still going after the next round. She has lots of juicy targets. Well, she's going to stay in melee because she could do a 3-inch consolidation, get really close to the other model. For these two, one of them's going to fall back. She's going to fall back, but maintain the morale help. But if she happens to fall in melee, she can... He'll consolidate towards her, I just realized, but... So there's no point for her to fall back. There's 0 reason for her to fall back. It'd be if she could shoot, but she can't fall back and shoot, so... No need. And no one else can provide the fire. Scouts. Well, they could try to fall back the, guy who's in melee, but... He doesn't really want to. That's not going to go well for him. He will ready up. He will ready up. At least could try to do some shots before things happen. Well, ready models go first. It's sisters too, so she will shoot into that model. He's out in the open for her. Oh, injury and team is broken. So that's going to be 5s to hit. So no hits. This scout's actually going to shoot... No, this scout is going to shoot at her first because she's bigger threat. 1 shot. She's out in the open, but team is broken, so 4 to hit. Doesn't hit. They're spending a command point to reroll that for the phase because they want him to... See, there he goes. He gets a hit. He doesn't want the melta to just melt everyone again. And then 3 to wound. He gets the mortal wound, so goes straight into an injury roll. They can't spend any command points to make that better, so just a flesh wound. He doesn't know if he should worry about her because she's now 6 to hit, so he's just going to shoot into her. Still 4 to hit. He gets to reroll 1s because he's a sniper, and he just misses regardless. Oh yeah, do Sisters of Battle have bolt pistols? They sure do. Do scouts have a bolt pistol? They do. So there's going to be a lot of pistol shooting over here. Well, we go into non-ready models. We're actually going to just start with her, shooting a bolt pistol into this guy. She's injured, and she has a flesh wound, so it's 5 to hit. She hits. 4 to wound. Fails to wound, they'll spend a command point to reroll that, because at this point, they pretty much need it to hit. Wound. And she fails to wound anyway. He's the only guy who could shoot now. He's going to shoot into the lady who hasn't shot him. He's 4 to hit because he's... Yep, so he hits. 3 to wound. Fails to wound. She'll just shoot back into him right now. Yeah, so 5 to hit. Fails to hit. And I'll just do melee later. She will not shoot her plasma pistol into melee because if she does manage to kill him... Actually, she will. She'll fire it, her plasma pistol. So she's going to fire it. She's not going to overcharge. So it's just going to be 4 to hit because... yeah, it's just team broken. She hits. Strength 7 versus toughness 4, so 3 to wound. Wounds, AP minus 3. He doesn't have... He had 4 up armor, so that goes through. Damage 1, so injury roll. She murdered him. Well, she won't be able to melee, but that's fine. We'll start with comms shooting into this guy, because we might as well try. 2 shots, 4s to hit. 1 hit, 4 to wound. Wounds. Scout gets a 4 up armor. Fails it. Already spent his command point to reroll for this phase, so injury roll. She'll roll the one where he's out of action. And now, when she's firing, Calm will add 1 to her shot roll. She fires. So she gets 1 shot. So it would be -2 from the injuries, -1 for Team Broken, but +1 from the comms becomes 5 to hit. So 1 shot, 5 to hit. Missed. And I'm pretty positive there I spent the reroll, so just miss. So that's all shooting. Now we go on to melee. Her target is dead in melee. We'll start with her. She'll punch. 1 punch. It's 6 to hit because team is broken. She has an injury. Fails to hit. He will punch the one who hasn't punched back yet. He's got 4 to hit. Because of team broken, he hits. He wounds. She gets 3 up armor. Failed it. They have command points and it's a new phase, so they'll spend it and reroll because it's 3 up armor save. And she still fails it. And he manages to take her out of action. That's a shame. But they're still locked in melee because all the punching has been completed. So that is all the shooting tokens we can taken away. Morale phase. Everyone's already broken, so now we just roll leadership checks. Let's see here. That's within 2, that's within 2, that's within 2. Oh, but, yeah, no. As long as I subtract 1 from it, it still could be a 7. It doesn't matter. She's leadership 8, so she's okay. But these two definitely have to roll. So let's roll for her. That becomes a 7, which is still a pass, isn't it? Yep, so pass. Roll for her. Pass. So she's good. Now the scouts. There's a lot of dead scouts. So let's roll him first. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That becomes a 12. Very much failed, but they shall have no fear. Let's re-roll. And he gets worse. Now the other scout failed. Re-roll because... Shaken. And now I need to read the rules because I think that might end the game. since the scouts were the defenders, if the defenders' models are all shaken or out of action at the end of battle round, which they are, the battle ends. Alrighty. Also, if the defenders still had any models with flesh wounds, we would actually roll to see if they recover or go out of action, because victory points are for out of action. So the attacker scores 1 victory point for each enemy model that is out of action. That is 7. And the defender scores 1 victory point for each model that is not out of action, which is only 2. So clearly, the Sisters of Battle won this game. That was actually nice to see. They haven't done very well in a lot of games, so it was nice to see them actually do very well on this, even though they had a really bad first round where they nearly broke turn 1. So that was actually relatively quick game. Have a fabulous day, everybody.